Hello, Africa, and to every other person out there watching us from anywhere in the world. My name is Moses Abiola, and I'm your host tonight on Anonymous on R2 TV. Well, after such a long, productive week, I guess it's cool to say, thank God it's Friday. Well, Anonymous is a show that allows anyone to share whatsoever issue or challenge that is bothering your mind in any area of your life, whether it is your relationship or in your career or in your marriage. Come on, you have the opportunity to just keep speaking now because this is just the show for you. You no longer have the right to remain silent because anything you see on this show will definitely not be used against you. So, the topic for tonight is something very interesting and quite cool, which I'm going to call workplace romance, the forbidden love affair. Or should I say, is it the forbidden love affair? There's just one way to find out. And our guest in the studio with me are going to do justice to that. Well, for those of you who are watching us from anywhere in the world, our phone lines are going to be open to you all to call to be part of the show very soon. But before then, you can join us on through the social media by maybe you can log on to www.facebook.com/myr2tv, or you can follow us on Twitter at r2_tv, or you can also follow us on Instagram at my R2TV to be part of the show. Well, in the studio with me are two beautiful people, and talking of no other person than Toluwa Lashe Alade Sokun. How are you doing, Toluwa Lashe, this evening?
Good evening.
It's good to have you in the studio.
Thank you
And with me also again is my brother man, that's Adeoye Salem. Adeoye, what's up? How are you doing this evening?
Well, it's been a beautiful day, Moses, and I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful evening as well.
Yeah, sure. Well, like I said before, there's just one way to find out. And of course, the topic for tonight, workplace romance, that's what we're doing. I call it the forbidden love affair. Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, for me, I don't think workplace romance should be forbidden. I think what should be forbidden, it just should be understood. There are limits to it. What are the lines to be drawn? I think that's what we should all actually look out for, because this is Lagos. Let's leave it at that, but I believe that workplace romance should not be forbidden.
Of course, I know Tolu Walashe has something to say, but before we go to what she's going to say, there's something I want to show you, and by the time you're back, you definitely will have the time and chance to hear what guests in the studio have to say. So see you in a bit.
Hey, what's going on?
So you haven't heard? Etisalat is giving amazing data value and smartphones at the lowest prices, with up to 1.5 gigabytes free data sign-up bonus and 100% bonus on all data purchases from 200 MB and above for 12 months. Can I show you some phones?
Get the latest devices at amazing prices at any Etisalat Experience Center or authorized dealers, and choose from the blazing fast data and amazing tariffs, all on your smartphone network of choice.
Etisalat, now you're talking.
You look beautiful, babe.
Thanks, sugar. I really like him. And I think he feels the same way about me. The relationship was good. I mean, really good. We've been able to keep this under wraps for 6 weeks now. I enjoy the stolen glances, kisses, and I just don't want anyone to find out in the office. And what the heck? What if they find out? CBB, man. So far, so good.
Wake up to the best of moods with R2 TV.
Welcome back to Anonymous on R2 TV. Well, they say romance begins in the strangest of places. We just saw that beautiful clip, and I think I'm just going to direct this question to Adeoye. Let me not do Adeoye. Okay, let me direct it to Lualashe. What do you think about that piece we just saw now?
Well, like you want to ask me a question, what I feel about
yeah, workplace romance. Yeah, exactly.
I slightly differ from what Adeoye said. I don't agree that workplace romance should be encouraged, because you cannot really tell the limits at which you should stop, or you cannot really tell the boundaries.
Okay.
Because romance is something that just begins to spread like wildfire. And I mean, it's going to affect a lot of things. It's going to affect productivity. It's going to affect relationships. Sentiments begin to come into it. So I don't like.
Okay. What you're saying in short is that for you, romance in workplace is a no-no, isn't it?
It's a no for me.
Okay, and for you, it's a yes.
Romance in the office for me, it's a yes, but with conditions. And I like to make it clear that I've met people who started their romance at the office, and it turns out to be something good at the end of the day. I think the question here is, what is the level of discipline of the two couples? If you're going after romance, what is the intention? Okay. Let's start with that. The intention matters. If it's just a fling, then it can really lead to a lot of trouble. But if it's a very corporate organization, let's look at Lagos, for instance. You work in Lagos, you leave your house at 4, 5 a.m. You don't come back until 10, 12 p.m. Your Saturdays, you have to go to work because there's an emergency or there's something you didn't finish on time that you have to finish. When you have the time to socialize, and you're single, and you're 29, 30, and you're a lady, and then somebody in your office is actually showing genuine interest, I praise genuine interest, then you find out at the end of the day, if it's something that can work, you're probably at the end of the day just like the person. Of course, for me, I think what should be put into consideration is workplace romance, what are the limitations?
Okay.
Not a no-no.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say this. It is believed that the trigger factor for workplace romance, or more like the motivating factor, is always money, love, and I think should be a promotion, you understand? Yeah, money, love, and promotion. So for you, which do you think comes first? Do you think people get to enter a relationship in their office because of money, or because of promotion, or simply because of love?
Who are you in the relationship with? That's the first thing I would like to ask you. You see, it's a cage. Your question is a cage because look, money, love, or promotion. Then if a cleaner is in the office, is in a relationship with the boss for selfish reason, then that is actually for promotion or for money's sake. But in situation where, look, the people are well-to-do, they have their jobs, they are at a certain level of qualification or standard, then it's not about money, it's not about promotion. It's actually about love, if there is true love. Of course, I'm not saying that you don't have office flings where people just want to do it for doing sake, where people want to gratify the flesh.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you one question. And, you know, it is also known that there are two categories to this thing. There is the regular relationship between people in the same pedigree, staffs in the same pedigree, maybe in the same department or maybe from different departments, and there's one between the boss and then it's maybe it's between the supervisor and the subordinate. You understand? So which do you think is worse?
Worse?
Yeah.
Well, for me, like I said, workplace romance for me is a no-no. Whether you're having it with someone at the same level with you, or you're having it with the boss, it's even worse when it's your boss. Because, I mean, you cannot really tell. Deoye was saying something.
You can get promotion from that.
Deoye was saying something about workplace romance. You can set the limits. You can't set the limits with love. You can't set the limits with romance. And you cannot know the kind of person, what the intentions of that person is. That's why you shouldn't be encouraged at all.
I want to paint a scenario for you. you spend most of your time, most of your productive hours at work. You understand? And then you meet people who you share common interests with, people who you share lunch meetings and all that. And before you know it, feelings start to develop. I mean, we don't have control of our feelings most times. You understand? You just realize that this person is good looking. We share the same interests, we share the same goals, we share the same belief and all that. And then in a twinkling of an eye, you're just in that relation, just like we saw in that video. You get it. You start having this feeling and attraction for this person. So would you say because of your work, you stop the attraction or you love you have for somebody?
Moses, at this point, let me say something. Let me create a scenario that happened to me sometime back when I was, working in Victoria Land at an office then. There was someone I really liked.
Okay.
I didn't want to share this on air, but there was someone I really liked. And I liked him, and I felt that it's someone that we could, spend the rest of our lives together. But I planned my life with the future ahead.
Okay.
What if this doesn't work out?
Okay.
How do people in the office begin to look at me?
Okay.
People begin to imagine, oh, they started having sex, when actually we've not done anything. So I don't know, maybe you will now say workplace relationship. If you can have a relationship without going deep into the sex, the kissing and all of that, if the guy is willing to do all of that, fine. That means we'll be able to set the limits. Okay. Like, okay, maybe when we are ready to get married or something, then I can leave.
Okay.
But this is someone I don't even know what he wants.
Okay,
for me.
So did you go into the relationship?
I didn't. I didn't go into the. I liked him, but I was able
No, Delia, you said something. I know you are a supporter and a campaigner for office romance. I just want to say this: is it good to have sex in the workplace?
Definitely no. For me, sex in the workplace is a no-no. But like she said, she's drawing from an experience, and I'm also going to draw. And I'm also going to draw from an experience. As I'm sitting here right now, 2 of my friends are actually married to people that they met
at their workplace.
Yes.
Okay.
With kids, actually. Not just married, but with kids. Now, the thing is, if you had said no to office relationship, there wouldn't have been this level of happiness in their lives. Okay. But if you see, it's all about discipline. Of course, you can't say because it's like she said something about the person really taking her for a joke or something that it didn't work out. Of course, that's the same way it is with life. I mean, even if you did not meet the person at the workplace, you start a relationship, you guys can actually, the relationship can actually be broken at the end of the day. So for me, you just have to take the chances. Life is a risk. But the thing is that with every risk, there are disciplines. Just like a businessman, somebody venturing into a business, you're putting your money on a risk. You're investing in something that is a risk. It's just like saying, okay, I'm meeting someone, let's meet online. It's a risk. Everything is a risk. But the thing is this, there are rules, there are principles guiding it. There are people who are actually who met in the office and actually they actually have been very, very successful at it. So if you say it's a no-no, then you have denied some people happiness.
I'm not willing to take that risk.
Well. I understand what you're saying, Delia. But I just want to just put it this way to you, because you have got to consider the fact that sexual harassment does occur in offices as well. So how do you regulate that? How do you prevent that kind of occurrence? Because if you are considering that people can start romance in their workplace, then you shouldn't also forget that this kind of thing can happen. So how do you mitigate that if it comes up?
Either you're in a relationship with that person or not.
Okay.
If your boss is prone to sexual harassment, if he's prone to having to have his way with anything under skirt, then you're still open to it either way or not. Either way. The key is this. If your boss is prone to sexual harassment, if you don't know where to go, ask. People will tell you what to do to prevent such harassment. You see, relationship is between 2 consenting adults.
Okay.
Somebody seeking a relationship is different from somebody seeking to be overbearing.
Okay.
You understand?
I get you.
So for me, it's a 50-50 thing. But what we saw in that video is more of a boss taking advantage of
the lady.
Yes,
okay.
but not of 2 consenting adults.
I don't think the boss was taking advantage of a lady. From the video I saw.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, we're still going to come back to that very soon. Your opinion. Well, I need to just say this and make this very clear that Anonymous is a show that allows anybody to just share whatever view you think about what you're discussing right now. Workplace romance, is it forbidden? Is it a forbidden love affair, or is it something that we should encourage? You get. Well, right now we're just going to do a vox pop, which happens to do with a survey that was conducted to know what people think about office romance. And trust me, you are really going to enjoy this. We'll be back soon, okay? Stay tuned.
I think it has to do with a personal thing. If it's your policy, then you do it. But if you're really into the love thing, then you have to choose between your work and love, and that is a very hard decision to make.
No, I do not. Because, first of all, I guess it puts you in a position where you risk losing your job. Well, this is my job for a woman I wouldn't end up with. Secondly, well, it just comes with a lot of emotional emotional melodrama. And right now, I think I'm trying to conserve all I have to move forward and project in life.
Since I can't date someone that was schooling together in the same school, I don't think I can cope with that office romance thing.
I'm really not the type that like dating someone that is very close to me. Probably we are in the same environment. I'm not really that kind of person. So I don't see myself involved in workplace relationship. But let's assume love comes up and, well, I don't know. Probably we'll find our way around it. I don't know.
No. Why? It's uncalled for. That's, to me, though it's adventurous, but I feel I won't be comfortable on it.
Personally, I do not really like it because... What?
What office romance into your heart?
Well, for me, I don't think office romance is actually the best because when you and your spouse could have issues, you could bring it back to the office and you just feel very uncomfortable sometimes when you're doing some stuff that you know your boyfriend might not like or your husband might not like, and personally, I don't feel it.
There's no big deal. I don't think there's a particular place you have to have a relationship. We're in this world, anywhere is allowed to. If you feel something for the other person, you should go. It doesn't matter whether you're in a hole or you're in an office.
No, me, I can't date someone in the same office with me because it's going to look very boring. I want someone like from another firm, and I'm in another firm. Then when we meet together, we'll have something new to talk about and share together. So I wouldn't date someone in my office because I'll be seeing you all the time. I'll get tired and bored of you.
Welcome back to Anonymous on R2 TV. Well, our phone lines are now open for you to be part of the show, and the phone lines to call is 08091 22 22 83 or 08091 22 22 84 or 08091 22 22 85 or 08091 22 22 86. Those are the four phone lines that you can call in to be part of the show. And still do not forget that you can also join us on social media, and our social media are right scrolling on your screen right about now. But however, you can also just log into Facebook. That's www.facebook.com/my R2 TV. Or you can also follow us on Twitter, and our Twitter handle is at R2_TV, and you can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is at R2TV. All right, so you were saying something that Toluwala shared about the office romance and
no, the video.
Okay, about the video. Yeah. So what do you want to say?
I don't think, from what I saw in that video, it wasn't like the boss was taking advantage of
the lady.
Of the lady.
Okay.
I think they both got to a level where they saw that okay, they are both, they both have feelings for each other.
Yeah. I heard the lady say. I heard the lady say that. I think
she was thinking out
I have
loud.
feelings for him, and I noticed that he has feelings for me.
Yes,
and then feelings, and then relationship begins.
She thought it through, and then she decided to go for it.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, but I'm saying that lady might run into problem.
Okay, no,
What
wait.
if you're
I
dating
want to say
someone
something.
outside your office? You can run into issues too.
Okay.
These are adults.
But I don't want to lose my source of livelihood because I am in a
wait.
relationship
Listen
with
to me.
someone
Listen.
that doesn't even care about me.
No. You think that the person doesn't care.
Okay. You know, that was why I said I think we shouldn't forget the three motivating factors for people going to office romance. Like I said that earlier on, and I said the first one is love, the second is money, you get, and or ego, money or ego, and the third is promotion. I mean, probably, and you know something, and which is what I want to ask. Now, when the consequences plays out, who suffers the most? Is it the male or the female?
Look, in this case, let's be very realistic now. Let's lay the cat down on the table. People think, most times, a lot of females think that men don't have broken hearts, that men don't suffer from broken hearts. It's both ways. What if the guy loves the girl, and the girl is actually taking advantage of the guy? You see, this is something we must realize. Okay. I love and respect the female folk, but this is the truth. A man can get broken. A man's heart can get broken too. In fact, our hearts too have been broken several times because we love the wrong person. Now, what if the female too is calculating? She's calculative and manipulative.
Okay.
You're not looking at that fact. Of course, in most times, men are the ones who really are very adventurous. I can get away with anything. But what if the man is in love?
Okay.
That's a question I love.
No, I like what you just said. And, you know, the way people judge it, it is believed also that men do it for love, but women do it to get ahead. What do you think about that?
I don't think women do it to get ahead. Sometimes, you said.
You don't think women do it to get ahead?
I don't think so. You know, let me tell you something.
Okay.
Well, people say women are the weaker vessel. You know, a woman can easily begin to have very deep affection or feelings for another man.
Okay.
In the workplace. You know, she sees him all the time and all that.
Okay.
Possibly, this guy in question might also be having other feelings for other female colleagues in the office. So the thing is, I'm looking at the end point now. I'm not looking at the fact that the feeling is there. Like I told you, I had someone who I liked. But I mean, I had to put myself on that check. I didn't want a situation where I would be seen as unserious. I didn't want a situation where I would be seen as Theo, you don't agree with me.
No,
let me just say something.
Since you're a crusader for office romance, I think I'm just going to ask you a question. And the question is this. If in a situation the company policy says that you have to, you understand, that you don't date in the office, and if you have to do that, one of you must resign. Now, you fall in love with a lady at your place of work. Are you going to resign because you love her?
Let's be very realistic with ourselves.
Okay.
Company policy says you don't date or you cannot marry. I think that's the line that we have to draw. That's the line that we have to. That's what we have to understand. Well, if you say company policy says don't marry in the same office, that I understand.
Okay.
If company policy says don't date, I think that's actually when the door is open for people to become more adventurous.
So you think it is not right for companies to create policies?
I'm not saying wait. Don't get me wrong in this case.
Okay.
Moses, depending on the sensitivity of the work you do. The sensitivity of the work you do could mean that your company will say don't date. You understand? But let's just look at it this way. You spend close to 14 hours at work. I'm saying at work, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, depending on the nature of your work. You spend 14 hours. Let's say you leave your home 5:30, you don't get home until 10, 11 p.m. What are you going to love? The doorpost to your house? You're definitely going to get attracted to the person you see or to one of the people you see each day, day and night. That's the fact of life. We are moved by sight. Women are moved by whatever they are moved with. But a man, what you see, it's a law of nature.
Okay. No. But I think we need to get something very clear here. You have not answered the question I threw at you.
Let me answer
if you are in love with somebody at your place of work, and the company policy says that you guys cannot marry,
now let me tell you,
would you leave your work?
People will always find a way around rules and regulations.
Okay.
That's actually the truth. If company policy says don't date, you would discover that people, if it's true, if they're really, truly, truly in love, you see that they would, before one person leaves, if they actually really did agree to actually move forward, then they would always find a way around it. They start dating behind, undercover. They become 007.
Okay, so undercover dating.
They start undercover dating. And when they start undercover dating, if it is true, if it's genuine love, then you see that the guys start submitting, both of them start submitting CVs here and there. If they have actually pursued the relationship to a certain end. I told you I have two friends who got married to people that they're actually working with in the same office.
Okay.
One of them had to leave work. The other guy, both of them actually at that time were planning to move forward. My friend, one of my friends was actually trying to set up his catering outfit, you know. So he was already relocating to Ibadan. The wife too was actually trying to move on with her fashion design business. So at the end of the day, it happened at a time when both were taking a decision. That's a peculiar situation.
Okay. You know, I'm going to throw this question to you because I noticed that there are some celebrity couples I know of, you get, who are beneficiary of office romance. I mean, they start their love story right there in the office because they realize that they share common interest, common goals and all that. And before you know it, the feelings clicked and then they just went with the feeling and they're still doing fine. So are you saying, Toluwalashe, that it is not right at all to encourage a love story right from the place of work?
I'm not saying it's not right, don't get me wrong. I'm saying that, see, when you are in love with someone, it spreads like wildfire.
Okay.
Now, and every company has objectives and purpose. How are you going to be in a relationship with your colleague? Let's take, for instance, you are 2 levels or 3 levels above that person.
Okay.
And there's a decision about to be taken.
Okay.
Adeoye, you are going to be sentimental in taking that decision.
I'm going to give you a very perfect example.
Because the person that you're in love with is going to be affected by the decision you take.
And
it's going to affect the goals and purpose that the organization has set. Now, you said something.
Met my aunt in the office. And he met my aunt in the office.
Okay.
And my aunt is actually 3-4 levels above him. It didn't happen here in Nigeria. It happened in England.
Okay.
I have a friend who is presently engaged to someone in a communication company. And she is actually higher. I think it's personal discipline.
You know the funny thing because I realized that even Barack Obama met Michelle Obama
in the same
office, law firm, and then do you understand? So we have love stories, and of course we know some office romance that went bad, like Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. You know.
No,
that's an office romance that went bad.
That is on negative undercover dating.
No. You know what I'm saying this.
How can you categorize that?
No. You know what I'm saying is because the fact is we cannot rule out the fact that it has its advantages and it also has its disadvantages. But okay, right now, how do you? Okay, let's say you are in love with somebody. I mean, there's this person that is so crazy in love with somebody at work. And I want you to say this. I know you don't support office romance, but this lady is in love with somebody at work, and then she doesn't know what to do. What would you say to her?
What I'm going to say to her is this. Find another job. If this guy really loves you, if the guy is way above you, then you have to find another job. If you are way above that guy has to find something else to do. Because the thing is, Deoye is, will I say, an array of very sweet stories of office romance. But I have the other part of the coin.
Okay,
so I accept with everything that you have said about your friends and cousins who have all had very good relationships.
No, I have a question for you.
Let the guy leave the office if he's at the lower rank. Let the lady leave the office if she's at the lower rank. Let them continue their relationship outside the place of work. People are not going to take them seriously, no matter how serious they appear.
Okay.
People will not take them seriously. When they are both working at work, maybe after working hours, they just stay back to do serious things. People will be like, oh, you know, what gossip?
Sure. Adeoye, I want to ask you this. Okay, just in relating to what she said, how do you undo breakups? Because I mean, breakups happen. You understand? Because most of this love stories, most times, more often than not, they go sour. You understand? So how do you undo breakups, especially when it becomes office gossip and all that? How do you?
This is the question I'm going to ask you. Okay.
Well, we have a caller right now, so I'm just going to stop you a bit. Okay. Hello. Hello. Good evening. Yeah, hello, good evening. Yeah, you're welcome to Anonymous on R2 TV.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
I've been following the show, and I have 1 or 2 things to say about this particular situation.
Okay.
I personally have gone through something like that before.
Okay.
I will call it an experiment. Being involved with someone at the office.
Okay.
And at that point in time, there was so much excitement. There was so much. It was like a rush of blood.
Yeah,
because,
I get you.
It felt like, oh, this thing was right, even though it was wrong. And it didn't end well, basically, because I was actually a supervisor. And, from that experience, it taught me something.
Okay.
It can either go good or it goes terribly bad.
Okay. And how was your own experience? How was your experience, your personal experience?
That's what I just said now.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the call. You also have a wonderful night rest, okay?
All right, you too.
All right,
Wonderful show.
Thank you once again. Yeah, well, they say there are 1 million ways to fall in love, and the office is one of it. So. Yeah, one of them, yeah. Okay, so you were saying that...
How do you handle breakup?
How do you handle breakup?
You see, because the focus here is in the office, the question I'd like to ask you is this: how do you handle breakups outside the office? People will talk anyway. You see, the thing is this, because you had one bad experience, if I'm not in support of office romance, I'll say, because I'll make example of the bad ones that have gone wrong. And if I'm in support of it, I'll point to the good ones that have gone right. You see, it's a love game. But the danger is in not being matured about it. The danger is in what are your principles. I've been a victim of office romance before. It didn't end well because the person loved, I didn't love. I was thinking friendship. But you see, I had my principles set right from day one. This is what I want.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
You're being overtly nice to somebody. That person can actually think you like her.
Okay.
Or you like him. You know, so it's both ways. It's symbiotic.
Okay.
But the key is, you know what you want, set your priorities right. So office romance can either work or fail. The same way it is with love outside the office.
Good. Thank you very much, Adelia. You just said that office romance can either work or fail, and there are fantastic stories about people who are still together today, and they just started their love story. I mean, they met and started their love story right there in the office, and they are still fine. I mean, Barack Obama and even Michelle Obama, good stories, and I even think even this Bill Gates and his wife too. I mean, they met where he was working and all that, and they started something together, and they are still together till date. However, there are also stories that didn't work out well. So I'm just going to throw this to you, Toluwala Ashe, and that is how do you get it? You are how do you manage it? What are those things you think you want us to do if you want to silently break away from that kind of relationship? But before you answer that question, we have a call, so I'm just going to pick the call right now. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Good evening. How are you doing this evening?
Hello,
good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing this evening?
Fine, thank you.
All right. So, is there something you want to say about this? Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually following you guys' show.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
My voice is quite low. I'm already falling asleep.
Okay.
And I'm really enjoying the show. But I think I want to support Adelia. Office romance. Why would you say office romance should not be encouraged? Because a lot of people meet everywhere, spend most of their time in the office, and you end up developing feelings for somebody. Well, it should be encouraged for singles, totally. Married.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you.
After a single lady, or a married woman going after a single man.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I like that.
That's setting your...
That could be adultery and fornication.
Yeah, sure.
If it has to do with the singles, it should be encouraged. That's beautiful.
It's good, right?
If they get married,
okay,
have kids together, and build up the family together in the company.
Okay.
If the company actually allows people dating together.
Okay.
If they don't allow them to date in that company, one person can actually resign.
Okay.
I know a lot of banks, they do that.
Okay.
The person will resign and why the other person is back.
It
should be encouraged for singles.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you so
Thank you,
very
ma'am.
much.
Thank you for saying from my perspective.
Adeoye is a crusader for office romance. It's Toluwala Ashe that doesn't
No,
believe
no,
in
you have
office
to
romance.
you have to be careful when you say Adeoye is a crusader for office romance.
No, that means you believe in it.
I believe in it. Not a crusader will fight for it. I believe in it if it is right.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night rest. Okay. Like you were saying. Hello. Okay. Thank you very much once again. Have a wonderful night rest. Okay. We're just going to go on a commercial break right now. And by the time we're back, we are going to be doing something quite different again. All right. So see you in a bit. Be good. Welcome back to Anonymous on R2 TV. Like I said earlier on, Anonymous is a show that allows anyone to talk to us about anything bothering their mind without you revealing your identity. So are you facing a heartbreak or heartache, either in your relationship or in your marriage or in your career or in any area of your life? This is just the show for you. And the number to that to be part of the show to tell us whatever challenge that you're facing right now is 080-91-22-22-83 or 080-91-22-22-84 or 080-91-22-22-85 or 080-91-22-22-86. Those 4 lines are open right now for you to just call in and pour out your aid to us, and trust us, we are here to just talk about it and just find a way out of it. You understand? You don't have to remain silent. Just speak up, okay? All right, so Dewey, like you were saying, I think, yeah, I was about asking you a question, and the question is just going to be from what the last caller said. You know, when she was, based on the last contribution, you know, she was saying something about the fact that you just must be very careful that the person you are in a relationship with at work is not a married person, neither does the person have a relationship outside the office. So how do you know that this person does not have a relationship outside the office? Of course, you can know a married man if he wears a ring, you understand. But okay, when the guy doesn't wear a ring and the guy has a relationship outside the office, how do you know?
Well, I think there are different ways you can find out if the guy is in a relationship. If you guys are in a relationship, of course you are going to hang out. Okay. You are going to visit him at home. Okay. If the guy is in a relationship, he can start avoiding outings with you. For instance, if there is a company party, you might not want to attend because he doesn't want to be seen around with the other lady. Okay. He would not allow you to come to see him. Okay. He won't be ready to introduce you to people except those around the workplace. Okay. So it's very easy. I mean, that's the easiest thing because you guys are very close, just like the mouth and the teeth. Probably his office could just be like 2 doors away from yours. Okay. So you'll be able to tell. You can pick calls, you know, just go to a silent place, pick calls. You can ask him questions. Who was that we were talking to and all that. But I still feel those are distractions. Okay. So but it's very easy for you to get to them.
Thank you very much for that. I like that contribution. Don't forget what she said. I mean, for me, I think it's good to fall in love anywhere and everywhere, but then be very sure that while you are in love, you protect yourself and you protect your job. And the best romance is the one that nobody knows about. So if you can do it without people knowing that you are in a relationship, even at work, then you must be a guru. Like Adeoye said, you must be an undercover cop.
You have to be very careful. What I said.
No. When you were saying something about that undercover cop, I know there are people out there who are in relationship like this, and they don't want people to know about it.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yes,
so, based on your experience, I mean, as an undercover cop in this...
I'm not an undercover cop in this business.
I know. Okay, based on what you said. Okay, what are those ways you think people can just, very briefly, can you just tell us one of the ways in which you can protect that kind of relationship?
Well, basically, first of all, like in any other relationship, it's just basically plain honesty. Okay. That's for me, is basic. It's difficult to find honest people because we want to have fun in doing a lot of things, but basic honesty, if we can be honest with ourselves, then I think that we will not have problems. Okay. Yes, okay. That's basically.
All right, so I would like to just say, any final thing you want to say on the show tonight?
Well, if you're in an office romance, tread carefully. You're already in the relationship, so, I mean, it's not Tolu Alashe that will tell you to get out of the relationship. I won't be the one to tell you to get out of the relationship. So, just tread carefully, be very careful, don't be sentimental when you're taking decisions. Okay. I think that's just basically it.
Okay. Well, before we wrap up the show, we're going to just take this break. And by the time we're back, trust me, you're going to be hearing something I think is really going to help you, whether you're in a relationship in the office or you're about to start one. There are some tips that will definitely help you, okay? But when we're back, you are going to know them.
24 hours of total inspiring viewing experience.
We are R2TV.
R2TV.
Welcome back to Anonymous on R2 TV. Yeah, trust me, like I said earlier on, before we went on the break, I said that there are some tips I'm going to just share with you that would help you if you are in an office romance or you are about to start one. And the first one is keep it very discreet. And the second is find out if this person is married or not. And the third is, if you're a lady, I think this is going to work for you very well. Ask him to marry you. If he's bold enough, he should be the man. You understand? Okay. So, Adeoye, I know you still have some stuff you want to say to people who are in love and they're working together.
This is what I'll say.
And you don't have enough money to start their own firm, so they don't want to lose their jobs.
Yeah, well, basically, this is Lagos, and I'm sure as it applies to Lagos, it applies to other cities too. First of all, both of you need to know where you're taking the relationship to. You have to be sure of where you're taking it to. Is it just for the fling or is it for the future? If it is for the future, then you have to plan. And with planning comes a lot of things. That's when you make decisions. Those decisions could either make you or break you. So first of all, be sure of it. There's no, love would happen anywhere. On the plane, in the sea, at work. People get hit by the love thunder, people get struck by the love thunderstorm any day, anytime. But please be careful. You have to be very, very careful to be sure of who you're in it with and why you're in it with that person. Once you can answer those two questions and you can actually put your head and your heart into it, then things will definitely work out. And if it doesn't work out, don't blame the person. Move on. That's life.
All right. Well, so what I'll share. 1 in every 100 people faces the same thing we saw in that video clip. You understand? That's just a picture of what people go through at their place of work. You are feeling for your boss or you are feeling for somebody that you guys are working together. So do you pursue it or do you just step back and kill it? Well, and what if this feeling is not killable? I mean, there are feelings that are not killable. I mean, they haunt you in the night, they haunt you in the bedroom, they haunt you in the toilet, they haunt you everywhere. And when a feeling is haunting you almost everywhere, do you leave the job because of the feeling that is haunting you or do you just express it?
I'm going to pick from your phrase. You said, tell him to marry you.
Okay.
I mean, if you really want to know that the guy is serious, you can go ahead and tell him to marry you. However, there are advantages or disadvantages. When you tell him to marry you, he begins to think, oh, you are desperate. Especially when you are in the, you have crossed over the boundary. You know, in Nigeria, there's this boundary when 30. It comes to marriage. Yes, you're already in your 30s and the guy will be like, you want to hook me up. You know, personally, if you are in a relationship, and this is from a very sincere heart, if you're already in a relationship at your workplace, you can manage it. Just don't let it interfere with the ethics of your profession. There are ethics in your profession. If things are to be done discreet without your partner knowing, it should be done so. You should put the ethics of your workplace first. Because, I mean, that was what brought you there in the first place. You shouldn't compromise because you're in a relationship. And secondly, when you both finally agree that you want to take it to another level, you should both sit down and plan what next step are you going to take. Because I am not going to be the one to say, leave that relationship. And then 10 years' time, you meet me at the mall and said, I watched your show. You were the one who told me to break up, and now I'm still single. So you can pursue the relationship, but put the ethics of the workplace first. Do not engage yourself in romances, kisses, touches. Don't commit touchery at workplace.
Okay. No touchery at workplace.
Yeah, no touchery at workplace.
Don't forget that, please. Don't touch.
Just take.
If you want to touch something, your tab or your.
It's very difficult for the guy to adhere, especially when the lady is the boss. When the guy is just making excessive noise and he knows that, oh, that's my girlfriend coming, you know. And the girl says, please, Mr. Wale, can you keep quiet? You know, it's a lot of mix-up. But if you're already there, just stay there. You know, talk about it. Pick from what Mr. Adeoye, the love advisor, said, and pick a bit from what I've also said, and merge it together, and you get a very good relationship. So
well, thank you so much, you two, for being part of the show tonight. It's been very good hanging out with two of you. I mean, I've learned a lot from you, and I trust that everybody all over there in the world, in Africa, in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Mali, really enjoyed the show so much. And I want to say thank you all for being part of the show, and I just want to just leave you with this. If you want to keep your job and keep your love story, then be double productive at work, even while you enjoy the pleasure of having somebody you love at your workplace. Do you understand? So don't forget that. You don't need to break up if you're in an office romance. You don't have to. But keep it very discreet such that you're so productive that people don't look at your love affair or they don't gossip about it. But they see how productive you are such that it takes their eyes and their nose and their mouth and their tongues away from how romantic you guys are at your place of work. And if you guys have any conflicts, trust me, the best place to settle it is outside your office. All right. Once you can do this, I mean, you can keep your love story and still keep your job. So for all of you guys out there, I wish you a wonderful time. Until we see next week, I remain Moses Abiola. My name has not changed, and it will not change. So till we see next week, be good, be safe, and trust me, love yourself and love anybody that you can, as much as you can. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye. All right, Adeoye.
All right.
If